Hello there. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Grand Moff Tony. Well, Hasbro Pulse Con 2022 just wrapped up about 2 hours ago. There were a lot of exciting new reveals for the Black Series coming down the line, so we're going to get in, we're going to have a look at each of them, and we're going to see what we think. So let's start things off with the convention exclusives that are available to pre-order right now on the Hasbro Pulse app. So first off, we had the reveal of the Cassian Andor and B2 Emo convention exclusive 2-pack. Now, we had already seen this at a recent convention, but I have to say that actually getting to see it in person on the turntable made the world of difference. I wasn't really interested in getting this, but now I think I might have to go in and pre-order. It was great to see the accordion feature on B2 Emo actually working in person, seeing him collapse and increase in size really sold the figure for me. But the major selling point for this 2-pack was the fact that it looked nothing like the previously released photos. The promotional photos for this 2-pack had a kind of glossy sheen to them that made the whole figure look, for want of a better word, wet. The whole figure looked wet, like it had just come off the print. And that really kind of turned me off to it, but getting to see it in person, seeing the fact that it doesn't actually look like that, which I didn't think it did, but, you know, it looked like it. So it looks much better in person than it did in those promotional photos. The droid scales really well with Cassian. I think this one's a definite pickup. So as with previous convention exclusive 2-packs that come with droids, we also got a reveal of the single release Cassian Andor that will be released in a single pack card on the line. This may not have been leaked previously, but it's not exactly a surprise. They did the exact same thing with Cad Bane. They released the exact same figure on a single card back by itself, just for those people who couldn't afford to go out and get the convention exclusive 2-pack. So there's not much to add here that we haven't already said, because it's the exact same figure as the 2-pack. So unless we don't manage to secure a pre-order on that 2-pack, probably going to skip out on the single card release. Moving on from Cassian, we also had a reveal of Bix. She's coming to the Black Series, Cassian's female sidekick from the show. This was definitely a nice surprise. She has a fantastic sculpt. I love the look that they went for, but the thing that really caught my attention was the accessory. I love that data pad. I like the translucent plastic to create a kind of digital effect. It's the kind of accessory I would have liked to see come with tech. I think that would have been a great addition to the figure. I might not pre-order this one myself, but I will definitely keep an eye out for it. It's the sort of figure I would love to find actually out in the wild. I think it would make a great addition to the collection. So moving on, we had another reveal for Andor, which was Luthen. Now, I was really worried that we were going to get the Coruscant disguise Luthen with the wig and the silly robes. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that we are getting Rebel Luthen in his grungy trench coat with his easily concealable blaster. Now, there is a fantastic likeness to Stellan Skarsgård on this figure. I wonder if maybe the Marvel Legends line, they got to practice when they were doing a figure of him from Thor, and now they've really knocked it out of the park for the Andor figure. It looks just like him. It's one of those rare gems of human head sculpts in the Black Series line. I'm really excited, and I feel like it's going to be an absolutely brilliant figure to hunt for in the wild. Moving on to the next reveal, to say that I'm excited about this one will be a major understatement. We're getting Mon Mothma! You guys don't know this because that video hasn't technically come out yet, but I have been begging for a Mon Mothma in the Black Series line for ages. In my upcoming Black Series wishlist videos, she made an appearance on pretty much every honorable mention if she didn't make a spot on the top 5. She's an absolutely essential character. It's a brilliant likeness to Genevieve O'Reilly, and it's the exact costume that I wanted from the show. It's the white outfit to counter against the black robes of Palpatine. This one is a definite pre-order. I am not missing out on Mon Mothma. So next on the panel, they moved on to some previously pipelined figures that we've seen before, but it was good to actually get a proper look at them in hand. First off was Axe Woves. Now, technically this figure has already been released in Taiwan, and if you know people, you've already got it. But it's a great update to the Mandalorian body sculpt, and I think they said something about this being the sculpt that they're going to use moving forwards, and that's very, very promising, because it's the Death Watch Mandalorian sculpt. So it's a great sculpt. I hope they get a lot of mileage out of it. Next, we had a reveal for the upcoming 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi line, which was the Scout Trooper, which will be a brilliant figure to be able to pick up in a single pack. If you're not able to find the old speeder bike, or you don't particularly want the new Mandalorian speeder bike, this will be a great opportunity to add the Scout Trooper to your collection. I have to say though, part of me is wondering, is this where all those old carbonized Scout Troopers went? One week they were clogging up pegs in every local store, the next they were all gone. and now we have this announcement. Did they just call them all back to the factory and repaint them? If they did, I'm all for it. I'm not a fan of carbonized. Next, we had a reveal for the Endor outfits for Han and Leia. Now, they originally came in the Heroes of Endor pack, and then they were released in the Galaxy line, but I seem to recall only seeing each of them once, and then I bought them, and then I never saw them on shelves again. So I don't know if maybe they were hard to come by, but this will be a great opportunity to pick them up, or if you're an inbox collector, it'll be great to have it on that old vintage card back. But next was the Return of the Jedi figure that I was really looking forward to. It's Wicket. Wicket is coming to the Black Series, and they packed him out with accessories. He has his little spear, he's got a club, he has a bow and arrow. They could effectively release standalone Ewok figures, and you could arm a dozen of them based off the accessories that just come with Wicket and Tebow. Next up was Skiffguard Lando. Moving on. Following this was the segment that we were really excited for, because this was the part where we had no idea what we were going to get. We're going into the pipeline reveals. First up, we had a reveal for Dying Vader from his final scene in Return of the Jedi. Now, I have wanted this figure for a long time. I put it on my list for the top 5 characters I would like to see come to the Black Series for Return of the Jedi, mostly because the only Vader we have in the line where the helmet comes off is kind of a notorious figure for being a bit dreadful. He has no neck, and he has sad puppy dog eyes. It's going to be brilliant to see how they adapt this sculpt and give us a proper removable helmet Vader. To go with this, they also announced a release for Return of the Jedi Luke. Now, I'm left wondering, because the image that they showed was also from the final scene with Vader, where his uniform has kind of peeled away. And I'm wondering if we're going to get a re-release of the Imperial Assault Carrier Luke, or are we going to get a re-release of the original Blue Line Luke that had that feature? That's the version that I really want. That's the one that's going to complete my Emperor's Throne Room display. With an updated head sculpt, that could be a great figure. Next up, we had a reveal for a brand new R2-D2. Not just brand new in the sense that we're getting a new one, we're getting an entirely new R2 unit mold. Rebuilt from the ground up, they said. So will they finally scale correctly with the rest of the Black Series? We're going to have to wait to find out. I was just about to drop a ton of money for the Bandai model kit. I'm really glad I didn't do that now. I'm going to hold on to my money. I'm going to wait for this to come out. They also announced an upcoming re-release for the Imperial Royal Guard. Now, this is one of those iconic background characters from the original trilogy that I don't have yet. I missed the Royal Guard when he first came out, and I've never really been able to find him anywhere. It's not that he goes for too much online, he's really quite affordable. There's just always someone I wanted more. So this is going to be a great opportunity to find the Royal Guard again in the wild, and yeah, I'm going to be buying more than one. Moving on from Return of the Jedi, we had some rather unexpected news. We're getting more figures in the Book of Boba Fett line. I've been saying for a while that line's been sort of forgotten about. We got a Boba Fett that really belonged in the Mandalorian line. We got a Fennec Shand that maybe belonged in the Bad Batch line. We're actually getting some proper dedicated characters for the Book of Boba Fett. And the first one we're getting is a Pike Foot Soldier. On the one hand, this is a great choice for the line. On the other, I'm going to have to rewrite my top 5 picks for the Book of Boba Fett now, because that was on my list. It's a great choice for the line. I wonder if he's going to have a removable faceplate so you can see the alien underneath. Not sure, but I'm sure army builders are going to go nuts for it. We also had an announcement for a figure that I think we were all secretly hoping for, but it's finally been confirmed. We are getting a live-action Book of Boba Fett Cad Bane. Now, I've said before on my channel, the Clone Wars Cad Bane is one of my favourite figures in the line, if not my favourite Black Series figure of all time. So it's going to be great to get an updated release of this live-action appearance. I'm sure plenty of people have got themselves a custom by now. I know a lot of the people that I follow have got customs. I'm always going to prefer an official release to a custom, so this is the one that I'll be going for. Next up, we had another reason why I'm going to have to rewrite my top 5 list for Book of Boba Fett figures. They're giving us a Tusken Chieftain. Now, I was really surprised that we didn't get more Tusken Raiders in the Book of Boba Fett line, but this is a brilliant choice. I think the Vintage Collection are getting the Tusken Warrior. We're getting the Tusken Chief. Maybe we'll get the Tusken Warrior one day. That'll be great. This is a good place to start. It's a great choice for the line, and I'm really excited for it. So, moving on from 6-inch figures, because they're technically still part of the Black Series, we also had an updated announcement for some new role-playing items. we're getting a new Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Now, lightsabers, I'm a little bit pickier than I am with figures. I'm not just see it, want it, buy it. I really only have a couple of lightsabers in my collection. I have Count Dooku's and I have Kylo Ren's. This would be the version of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber that I would get. I'd much prefer the green one because I feel like the blue is just the Skywalker saber, whereas the green is Luke's personal lightsaber. So that was an exciting reveal. And finally, for the kind of faux 20th anniversary for the Clone Wars era, we've had an announcement for a Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. Now, much like the lightsabers, I'm a little pickier when it comes to helmets. I'm not just going to see it and buy it. I'm only going to buy the ones that I'm really interested in. So I might skip out on the Phase 2 helmet, and I might wait for the 332nd helmet that they are definitely making. So those were all the new releases and pipeline reveals from the Star Wars panel at Hasbro Pulse Con 2022. I know that there are one or two of these that I'm definitely going to want to lock down with a pre-order, but most of them I think I'm just going to add them to my Find in the Wild list. Which ones are you looking forward to? Was there anything you'd hope that they would reveal instead of what we got? Are you planning on pre-ordering any of them, or are you just going to wait to find them in the wild like me? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. I've been Grand Moff Tony, and you may subscribe when ready. So this was kind of an unexpected video for me. I've never really done a jump on the news video before, but I saw the live stream and I just had to make a video about it. So the only videos we have right now, if you want to see my Black Series collection, you can find it here, or if you want to learn more about my Black Series collecting journey, you can find it here. And who knows, maybe in the future there'll be something up there.